You all look beautiful today, and I bet you spent so much time getting ready. In the past, people did crazy things in the name of beauty. They used to use tapeworms as a form of diet for a skinnier waist. They used to use white lead as powder for paler skin. And thank God we don't do these things anymore. But instead of this, we use things like skincare and filters to meet the beauty standards that we have today. And beauty standards are what society tells us is beautiful. They are trends that we follow, and the trends are constantly changing. Once we want curtain bangs, once we want micro bangs, and once side bangs. And once you're studying in the middle of the night and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, maybe I should cut my own bangs, and you do whatever this is. It constantly changes, but never cut your own bangs. So unfortunately, these things have started recently. In the past, people used to use makeup as a form embracing their culture and identity. Especially during the women's suffrage movement in the UK, women were fighting for the right to vote, and they used red lipstick as a form of rebellion, as a form and a symbol of defiance and confidence. When women were fighting for the right between being taken seriously and being true to their femininity, red lipstick was not just about approval, was not just for appeal. It was a form of rebellion. And a lot of beauty standards these days have moved past this, as now we think about how beautiful we look in the eyes of others and how we are judged by other people. This constant form of judging and being judged sends so much energy, it causes beauty sickness. And because of this constant feel of being evaluated, constant need to be improved, there's a term for it because it is so common. It is called always being on display. Journalists believe that beauty is now becoming a form of oppression, as people are forced to wear makeup to be accepted into society. However, that is not the only case makeup is used for, as there are so many other people who use makeup and hairstyles and personal style to have a sense of belonging, confidence, and even make it a form of art. So this clearly proves that beauty has not always been so obsessive, has not always been. Negativity is the obsession that is around it. So the only thing that is benefited by this standards are the beauty industries. The beauty industry makes billions upon billions of dollars each year, telling people that these standards need to be met. It is called aspirational beauty, a standard that is always out of reach. And these things only benefit the beauty industry, and normal things like facial hair, wrinkles become a flaw that needs to be changed by buying a certain product. If we compare our everyday selves to something that is constantly filtered, carefully posed, heavily edited, and sometimes not even real, it can have a heavy toll on who we are as people. Feminists believe that beauty trends only benefit a certain group of people, usually white, thin, and able-bodied, and this excludes so many others. And this exclusion causes pressure and expectations depending on race, culture, identity, gender identity, and even disability. This causes a constant need for oppression. So many communities have recently tried to go past it. For example, in India, there has been conversations about colorism, a dated idea that comes from colonization that believes that lighter skin is more beautiful. Commercials have long since promoting skin lightening products as a path to success, to confidence, and sometimes even love, which is crazy. But thanks to the form of social media, celebrities, NGOs, and social media campaigns are telling people to embrace their natural skin tones. And what was once deemed a flaw is now deemed as something that is beautiful and the standard. Another example of this are the indigenous communities in the US. They use beadwork, face paint, and tattoos to show their culture and resilience. What people use as decoration is not decoration to them. This is connection to their land and their ancestors. So it is clear that beauty has not always been about showing who you are and has not always benefited industries. It has always been about who you are, your blood, and your community. And before I end this, it's clear, something I need to share with you, something that's cliche, is that we need to talk about self-love. Without self-love, you cannot embrace who you are and who that is made within you, your blood, your community, and your roots. So it is important to have self-love and embrace who you are, as you are meant to be shown to the world. And I know this 2-minute speech is not gonna convince you all to throw away your makeup, your mascara, and cut off all your hair. But I hope that every time you think that you need to change yourself, that you need to improve something, you think back to the speech and remember that you are beautiful from who you are and from within you. Thank you.